News, my lovely, wonderful people. Efcc has invited 8 of Buhari's ministers over corruption allegations. You may be wondering and asking yourself, I think say Buhari came, on the back of saying he wanted to fight corruption. How come his administration, now 8, they never call all of them. 8 out of the ministers he appointed have already been invited by EFCC on corruption's allegations. What exactly was his administration all about? He came very bogusly telling Nigerians that he was going to fight corruption. And if truth be told, this is the worst man that has ever been Nigeria's president, not because of anything, but because we all saw how he failed vehemently. He failed in no small way. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. Just in, EFCC invites 8 Buhari's minister over corruption allegations. What they did will scare you. The level of corruption will thoroughly, totally, completely scare you. The nation's number anti-corruption agency, the Economic and Crime Commission, EFCC, has reportedly invited 8 former ministers who served under former President Muhammadu Buhari. Sources disclosed that the 8 former ministers were all invited for questioning over allegations bordering on corruption. The invitation letter, according to sources, requested the former top government officials to come and explain how they spend funds allocated to their ministries on some designated projects that were never done, exhibited, or carried out at all. Yet, billions of naira were released for such. When they swam into their respective position, how far they went all must be explained. Daily Trust reports that the letter was extended to the former minister before the suspension of Abdulaziz Bawa as EFCC's chairman commission. The anti-grift agency has commenced investigations. The sources said apart from the former Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Tenning, who was invited last week over allegations bordering on 2 billion naira fraud, part of the money allegedly diverted from the Women Affairs, from the African First Lady Peace Mission Project. About 7 others have been invited as well. It will be recorded that the Sale Mahmoud, also a former Minister of Power under former President Muhammadu Buhari, was last month arrested and detained by the commission in connection with 22 billion naira fraud relating to power projects. It could be recorded that most of these people have squandered the money that belongs to Nigerians, and it is sad, terrible, as we cannot account for most of the money that ought to be for the nation. Speaking further, on condition of anonymity, the sources said designated persons are being called upon to give full accounts on what happened and how this money was spent. Nigerians continue to wonder at how far and how deep Buhari's administration ate into the nation's economy and destroyed the very essence of our nation. So, Buhari's ministers have been called upon to come give accounts of how they spent their days in office, what they did, how they went about it. Honestly, sincerely speaking, it is a question, it is a matter, and it continues to baffle every single one, because Muhammadu Buhari, he came on the back that, he was going to fight corruption in no small way. He was going to make sure that Nigerians see the breath of fresh air. Corruption will be a thing of the past. Little did we know that this man was the definition of corruption itself. Oh yes, Buhari's administration is greatly, not small, greatly characterized with everything that have to do with corruption, okay? Issued and centered all around him. So Nigerians, you can see for yourself and for a fact that we cannot continue with something like this and expect a different result. If things are going to change, somehow, even Buhari himself, that's why, he has given a heads up. Buhari has already told Nigerians that nobody should call him to come and give any whatever evidence and all that. And if matters on him get too much in Nigeria, he told Nigerians that he was leaving for Benin Republic. He said because he was not going to stand there and get himself, he was not going to stand there and get himself, hooked up, on all of these things coming on him. Yes, so welcome Nigeria, welcome my people. It is the dawn of a new day and we cannot continue to lie to ourselves. If we want this country to be better, if we want Nigeria to be a better place, every single one of us will have to act accordingly. Buhari, if he has to be persecuted, this is the time. Yeah? What he did to the Nigerian economy, how he went about it, those who surrounded him, all he did must be brought extensively, to book. Those he used, the National Assembly, how he went, we need to know. We need to know. We cannot continue in the merry-go-rounding of uncertainty. Buhari destroyed Nigeria in no small way. Oh yes, tell me about it. This man, according to El-Rufai, did nothing, with the emphasis on nothing, with regards to insecurity. In fact, El-Rufai said it was not until 2022 Buhari made an attempt. He said all that has been happening and people coming around to say, blah, 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 blah. He said all that was happening, that Buhari was doing absolutely nothing. It was El-Rufai himself that said Buhari was doing absolutely and completely nothing. Absolutely and completely nothing. He said because what you saw Buhari doing was that Buhari continued, to do for himself what he could possibly do. Hide under a shed. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Like us, share, subscribe. Remember that every single one of us must continue to work and ensure that we do not allow the same thing to repeat itself. If this country will change, if Nigeria will be better, anyone who has destroyed the essence of this country must be made to face the book. Yes, they must be made to face the book. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Like us, share, subscribe. Bye for now.